Okay, so with this video, I'm gonna apologize in advance if there's any background noise or the quality isn't very good. This is my current situation. Hopefully I'll get a good camera sometime soon. So essentially what we're gonna be talking about today is calories, metabolism, body composition, but mostly we're gonna be talking about calories. That's the main thing we're gonna be talking about because I feel like a lot of people, they don't really understand what a calorie is. So I'm just gonna briefly go over that and get you some understanding on what that is. So when a lot of people talk about calories, I'm gonna say like 95%, maybe even more. When most of the time when people are talking about calories, they're talking actually about kilocalories. Okay, which the scientific explanation for that is a unit of energy of 1,000 calories. Okay. So it's basically, they're saying it's what you need to raise 1 kilogram of water to 1 degree Celsius, or by 1 degree Celsius. So what does that even mean? Okay, well, an actual real calorie, as far as not a kilocalorie, but just calorie, is the amount of energy that can raise 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So we're talking about 1 gram instead of a kilogram. So basically, when people refer to a calorie, what they're essentially they're referring to kilocalories, okay, which is made up of a bunch of regular calories, but rather than say kilocalorie every time, it doesn't have like quite the ring to it. So people like to say calories. So generally speaking, from here on out, when we talk about a calorie, know that we're referring to a kilocalorie, and now you just have a little bit of knowledge on that. Next thing that we want to talk about, okay, so what does that mean? Basically, a calorie is it's fuel, and when you consume it, it's stored up in your body to be used and burned, and that's essentially what a calorie is. So when I talk about calorie balance, what that means basically is that you're burning the same amount of energy as you take in or eat. Okay, and that's going to be based on, BMR, basically, basal metabolic rate, and that's essentially how much energy you're expending every day just for your body to burn calories in a 24-hour window of time with absolutely no extra activity included. So just you laying on the couch completely relaxed to keep your organs working and just your body going forward. That is your basal metabolic rate. So any physical activity that you do throughout the day, which is normal, is going to simply add more energy that you need to bring in your diet in order to maintain your body weight. So that's an energy balance. Okay, and that is going to kind of bring us into body composition as well. So you can't really expect to be able to use that information very well if you don't understand what body composition is. So basically that is the percentage of muscle, fat, bone, and water. So if you look at someone who's 200 pounds and they have a body composition, say their body fat is 20%, and another person is going to be 40 or 50%, that's a massive difference between the two. So body composition is important in determining that sometimes when they give us a certain amount of calories to eat, we got to take that with somewhat of a grain of salt, because a bodybuilder who is the same weight as someone who's obese, that bodybuilder is going to need to take in way more calories every day to maintain the muscle in his body. Whereas the other person their goal may be to lose weight, is going to need to consume a lot less, even though they weigh the same amount. Now granted, to be safe, you want to kind of start from a number they're going to give you. A lot of calorie calculators. They're going to tell you, to eat like 2,500 calories. So start there. And if that's more than what you've been eating, things are going to shift and adjust. So you just have to listen to your body, look at how your body composition is changing over time, what the scale is saying, and kind of go from there and adjust so you can meet your needs. And that kind of runs into the concept of metabolism. Okay, so let's get a scientific explanation. Organic and chemical process in order to survive. So that's pretty serious stuff right there. But we're going to make it simple, and basically it's how quickly you burn fat, just to simplify for right now. Okay, here's the thing about metabolism. There's a lot out there about metabolism. There's books written about it, and there has been studies on it. But we generally, even though there's a lot of people who say that they can change your metabolism, or if you take this supplement, it's going to boost your metabolism, and there's all of these claims out there, scientists still don't completely understand metabolism. They don't completely understand what causes it to change. We have some theories. A big one is body composition. Okay, that example I gave you with the bodybuilder that weighs 200 pounds versus someone who's technically obese and weighs 200 pounds. These two people here have completely different energy needs. Okay, so it stands to reason that because muscle needs to maintain itself, you have to consume energy to do that. And if you consume more energy than your body needs above and beyond its energy balance, you can gain muscle and you can gain fat. Okay, if you're consuming more than you bring in, you're going to gain body fat and hopefully some muscle if that's your goal. In the same sense, and we're back, some technical difficulties. Okay, so in the same sense, if you go into basically an energy deficit, okay, a calorie deficit, you're going to lose both muscle and fat. Now you want to limit how much muscle you're going to lose, okay? But if your goal is to get leaner and your goal is to get lighter, you're probably going to lose a little bit of muscle along the way. So it's really hard to, it can be difficult and sometimes impossible to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. But not, so hear me out. When you are in an energy balance, okay, you're exercising, you're getting enough protein, your calories are on point, it is possible over time to change your body composition. So you're not seeing a huge fluctuation on the scale, but you're losing inches, you're getting size in all the right places and curves and all that's going on for you. It is possible to do that over time, being in energy balance. So I think it's important not just to be in a deficit all the time. So calories can be a tricky thing. They can be frustrating, they can be confusing. Counting them can be a pain. But the next video I'm going to have you watch is going to go over how to essentially track those and make that as easy as a process as possible, but also a sustainable process so that you can adhere to your nutrition program.